You know what I find funny? People who disagree will say this dumb thing. They'll say you're literally just repeating yourself. It's the same arguments over and over with no new points, all in an attempt to make it seem as if your argument is less valid because you haven't changed. Well, that is certainly one way to look at it. The more likely reason why this is happening is because they firmly believe what they're saying, be it from a point of faith, evidence-based, or experience. Once people have found something to believe in and they truly accept it, they will stick to it even in times of doubt, which makes it very hard to change their mind, which has its pros and cons depending on the situation. But in the case of an argument against them, they are the stronger, for they have a solid defensive line that has very few cracks to exploit, and if a crack is found, they have countermeasures ready. The weak ones are the ones on the offensive, because they are the ones looking for a way in. And when they can't find a way in, they give up and say that it is impossible to deal with in order to save face in the face of their own failings during their own assaults. In truth, both could be in the wrong or the right because we are all different. But in reference to those who are on the offensive, I hate those types of people. Instead of trying to understand, they would rather retreat out of an idea of conservation of energy rather than engage in this infuriating discussion leading nowhere, according to them anyway. What a lazy choice, unless you're really fucked up at that point. To those people I say, make an attempt. It's not about convincing the other that you are right. You have an idea that you think and may believe to be right. That does not make you right. It makes you exactly the same in concept to the other whom you are trying to convince of your own righteousness, so to speak, as they defend their own from yours. Neither are right or wrong. Both are stubborn from a different point of origin, and neither is willing to surrender until the attackers give ground due to an apparent futility. You're just looking at it wrong. You and the defender expect to win. Stop trying to win so often. Not everything is about convincing the other. It's about presentation of ideas to each other for each other to consider. One cannot attack while the other defends in order for this to happen. You cannot force your ideas on somebody, and if you are, you're literally trying to brainwash someone. This must happen on as neutral a ground as possible, with both open to hearing and seeing how the conversation goes. You do not have to accept or reject each other's ideas. You can simply debate and discuss and leave with but a minorly altered worldview, in that you see how someone else completely separate from you sees the world. In my opinion, any new way of looking at the world, even if through another's eyes from the outside, in that you don't incorporate their ideas into your ideals, is a present to be unwrapped and ogled for the rest of your life. We are blessed that we are all different, even if we do fight with each other. Obviously, shits can get toxic, but not everything is toxic. We may just confuse it to be as such. So try hearing out an opposing view to yours, and instead, try imagine life through their eyes based on what you've heard. Don't go into the insults you've imagined for them. Try opening a new branch of thought that excludes most of the insults you've thought of in your spare time.